everybody, and welcome back to the Positively Craig YouTube channel. Thank you very much for joining me once again. As always, welcome to my channel. It's been really fun reading quite a lot of your comments. I got some good feedback off the last video, and you know what, I really enjoy the things that you fed back to me, guys. I want to say a huge thank you for that. If you are new to my channel, make sure that you do like, subscribe and comment, and leave any suggestions for any future videos that you might like. Yeah, so let's get going. Welcome back, everybody. Now we're going to be talking about something really important today. We're going to be talking about it's okay not to be okay. Now the reason why I've decided to choose to do this video is because I've spoke to quite a lot of people recently, had some really good feedback, spoke to some close friends, spoke to people that that know me, and they've basically come to with issues that they've been having in regards to their mental health and how they're dealing with it, and how it's sort of built up over the last year or so. Now, what we're going to start off with is talking about how it is to bottle your emotions up, because the reason why it's okay not to be okay is because what we'll find is a lot of people, I don't know if you're one of these people, or a lot of people will bottle up their anguish, bottle up their stresses, their issues, and try to contain it and run along with their everyday life. And that's not the solution to the problem. The solution to the problem is trying to sort of get that out, maybe talk to somebody or get that sort of somebody to listen to you. Now, it is one of the biggest things, one of the biggest stigmas that people do tend to unfortunately face, or feel like they're going to face in some cases, is obviously, what are people going to think of me? Are people going to think, oh, he's not in control, she's not in control, they can't cope with what they're doing. Does that affect your job, your life, your relationships? So there's lots of different aspects that we're going to be looking at in this video, that we're going to be panning out, having a good look at how we can best combat that, what we can do and how we can approach it to sort of try and relieve some of that pressure and move forward, and hopefully get to a real comfortable place, a real confident place where we feel like the weight of the world isn't on our shoulders. We're going to be looking at some other things in regards to ways to express how you can sort of relieve this tension and sort of express how you're feeling and how you let other people know how you are. So yeah, let's look at some of these ideas. Okay, so the first idea we're going to look at is how are we going to dispel this weight of pressure that can be on us. Now, not everyone treats stress or anguish the same way. A lot of people deal with it in different ways. This is mainly focused at the people who unfortunately bottle their anguish up, they bottle their issues up, sort of try and swallow their pride and get on with their everyday life. But it does come to a point where you're unable to continue, where you're unable to contain any more of this pressure. The cap is about to blow because you literally can't hold it in any longer. You're juggling too many things, you're dealing with so much stress, and this is where you need to be able to release that stress. Now, a good form of releasing it, and probably one of the easiest ones to release, is to speak to a medical professional. Now, it could be something like a doctor or a counsellor. It is quite a lot of people out there will be a bit embarrassed. They don't want to sit down and talk to somebody, or they may not feel like they're comfortable to do so. But it is vitally important that if you do have these issues and you're unable to sort of deal with them yourself, that you share these issues, you try and sort of get a bit of help from a medical professional. Now, obviously, there's lots of places you can do it. There's doctors, Samaritans, self-help groups. There is lots of different ways you can seek this help, but the first step is getting that help. Are you getting the help you need? Are you willing to, come out of your shell and maybe talk to somebody? It could even be a really close friend, a family member. It doesn't have to be a complete stranger, but I always find that if it's a complete stranger, you won't feel like you're being judged. You know, if it's a family or friends, you know, you might feel a bit like, I don't know, I don't want them to know these things, or, you know, I might be hiding these things. But that is not the answer to the question. You do need to be able to open up and allow yourself to, you know, express the issues that you've got, because problem shared is a problem halved. If you're able to do this, if you're able to sit down and let somebody help you, let someone into your world and let them know what's going on, they can help guide you, because sometimes an outside perspective is all you need. You just need somebody to say, well, okay, well, I can see where you're coming from, but have you tried this, have you tried that? You know, try different ways to relieve stress. And there is plenty of different things that you could do, but you do have to sometimes go and get that advice, speak to somebody, and do not bottle it up. It's the worst thing you can do. Okay, so another form that can really cause people to bottle up issues and have mental issues is PTSD. Now, this can come in many forms. Predominantly, a lot of people see PTSD and think that potentially it's somebody who's been in sort of the armed forces, the military, people who've obviously been out into very, very stressful situations, faced and seen some unspeakable things, and had to come back, and they've got to be able to deal with that in their everyday's life once their service is finished or their tour is finished. But it can come in lots of different ways. PTSD isn't just war related. It can be from childhood trauma. It can be from, you know, relationship issues. It can be from trust issues that you can't let go of. So you're constantly thinking the worst's going to happen. You're never, you know, allowing yourself to think that things are going to be okay, which is, you know, which, as you know, is hard if you've got that, you've put that hard exterior on. You've decided that you don't want people to see or let your guard down because you fail. You know, you feel like it's going to happen again. And these are the things like PTSD, post-traumatic syndrome disorder, is really apparent. You have to understand how that is. You need to see the signs. You need to sort of get help, even if just to speak to a professional or somebody who's been in the same situation as you. Obviously, I'm assuming if you guys are in the forces, maybe some sort of military background, I'm sure there's you know, counsellors who can maybe support you on, you know, coming back to the world and seeing how things are. You've got people who, like, you know, have had childhood trauma, so you're looking at counsellors, you know, counsellors for, you know, childhood counsellors, adult counsellors. There's lots of different ways, but PTSD is a very, very strong force that can cause a lot of people to go down a very dark route, and unfortunately in some cases, you know, decide to end their lives. Now, this is where you need to stop. This is where you need to think, right, am I going to let it get that bad? Is it going to be something that's going to consume me, or am I going to do something about it? Now, you don't have control the majority of the time over these thoughts. You know, these thoughts are always there. They always linger in the back of your mind. But you've got to find a way to control it. You've got to try and find, speaking to somebody, getting the advice, doing something about it that might just be enough for you to sleep well, so to cope with your daily thoughts, plan out what your next step in your life is, because it is quite consuming. And if you get the right help, if you speak to the right people, it can just take that little edge off that might just help you to start coming around from that and feeling much better about yourself. So if you are one of the people who do suffer from PTSD, you know, make sure that you do get the correct help in whatever field or method of trauma that you've had to experience. Make sure that you're speaking to the right people and you're getting the right help, because it is so important that you do focus on what the issue is, how it's occurred, and how best to treat it, because, you know, it will consume you for the rest of your life if you don't try and do something about it, because it's like a stone that's weighing on your chest, and the only way to lift it is to get someone to help you lift it off you. So that's good advice. Speak to somebody, and hopefully that might make it better for you. One of the big things that I'm going to talk about now is how it makes you feel. The stigma of mental health, the stigma of not being okay. we all, and I know lots of people, you know, I've done it in the past myself, and I'm pretty sure you can attest to this, that we all put on a brave face. We have a bravado. People see us a certain way if we're in, you know, we're in school, we're in college, university, and work, in, you know, in any position that we're in life, you know, that we have this face that we put on, this persona that people see us, and, you know, we could be like the life of the party, we could be funny, we could be jolly, we could be really ambitious. But what you'll find is sometimes on some occasions, that behind that smile can be lots of issues that that person is dealing with, and it is sometimes important to try and find ways to understand, or even to know the signs when somebody is dealing with that. There's various things, different things you can do, different courses you can take to help you with that. I have took a course myself. See this certificate here. It's first aid for mental health. It is a way of treating and noticing the signs that can crop up with people who are hiding these issues, who are hiding behind, you know, the facade of no, I'm absolutely fine, yeah, nothing wrong with me, I'm great, but in reality they could be hurting inside. So it is important that you can help your fellow man, woman, friend, whatever. It is important that you do see these signs and you understand, is it you the one who are putting on the brave face? Are you the one who's hiding behind this smile? Or could you do better for your friends? Do you have a friend that you sort of see the cracks and you see, you know, there's definitely something there but you're not quite sure? Sometimes it is worth just sitting down and saying, you know, have a drink, let's sit down, let's think about, you know, how are we doing, how are things at the moment? But then really sit down and say, listen, I've noticed you're not yourself. I noticed you're not feeling, you know, your same way. You can see that you know, your demeanour's changed, your attitude has changed, your confidence has changed. And sometimes it just needs that right conversation for someone to understand how important it is to get that off your chest, to lower their guard. And that is hard for people to do. It's very hard for people to lower that guard and let people in, because they could be embarrassed, they could be ashamed, it could be something that they've never ever told somebody. So, you know, it is important not to push too hard, but also to have confidence in yourself, and have them confidence to confide in you. And sometimes, so make sure that you do it the right way. It sometimes can be a nice softly approach, sometimes you can do it with me, you know, like sort of by laughing and joking over a few drinks. But it is important that we do see the signs, because if we feel fine ourselves, it doesn't mean that our best friend or someone in work or a colleague in university, school, you know, anywhere like that, is not suffering in silence. So make sure that you try and sort of see the signs. If you do see cracks in your friends' demeanours and such, do something about it, talk to them, and hopefully you might be the advice and the person they just want to talk to. Okay, another form that we can sort of come out in regards to spreading our sort of our thoughts, our anguish, our unspoken words, are through things like tattoos. Now, tattoos do mean a lot of things to a lot of different people. Every one of my tattoos I've got, have all got meaning. They've all had something that, you know, I've chosen to have on me. It means something to me. It's part of my life's journey I've been on, something that, you know, that I'm passionate in, one of my favourite things in life, I say. But what you'll find is a lot of people will get sort of script, sort of writing that says like certain things, you know, like you know, as it could be like it's okay to not be okay. It could be like, you know, what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. But there's lots of different images, there's lots of different things that we can do. And also reading people's tattoos as well can give you an idea of where they are in their headspace. Now, I myself, I got a tattoo on my ribs, which is incredibly painful, by the way. I would never get a rib tattoo again. I do like my tattoos. Tattoos do hurt, and I don't care who you are, but they do hurt. But on my ribs, all my giddy hands, it was quite horrific. But I got these words on my ribs because, you know, I felt that I'd had some tough times in my life. I'd gone through, you know, some strong journeys, some different things. but also it looked at what I had to sort of look forward to in life. Look at the things that I've got going for me. You know, lucky enough, touch wood, I've got my health. You know, I've got 2 amazing children. You know, I've got family around me. You know, it's really important that you do look at the things that you do have, not the things that you don't have. Because it's so easy to get caught up in the negative side of things when you've got so much positivity that you might not be focusing on. So why not think about something like a memorable tattoo, something that you could express your words and, you know, tell the world how you're feeling, how you've conquered, say, something. Some people may come out of addiction, some people might have come out of depression, or, you know, terminal illness or whatever. But it is important that sometimes that you look at these tattoos, or you even embark on getting a tattoo yourself, and tell the world that you've survived, that you are stronger than this, that you are not defined by this thing that took you down that dark road, and you've come through this. You are a winner, you have succeeded, you have beat whatever it is that was taking you down. So here's some examples, and I will leave some examples of some really nice tattoos that say a lot about people, say a lot about how they are, how they feel. And also I'll include my one as well, that will show you obviously what was important to me. And it is fantastic that we do share these things, and I definitely think that expressing it in the ways of things like tattoos, or even artwork, or something that, you know, that tells us or tells the world how we're feeling, or how we're doing, or how we've conquered things, is just fabulous. So yeah, maybe it's worth a thought. Maybe get one yourself, or maybe just study and see what other people and how they're dealing with their life are. Okay everybody, welcome back, and thank you very much for watching my video. Yeah, it's been a fantastic little video this, and as I said in the beginning, it did come to me from quite a few friends I've spoken to, a few people that who are dealing unfortunately with hidden problems, that you know, they've come to the point where they can't cope anymore, they can't face the world, they can't sort of keep that pressure, that level, that mask of I'm okay on, and they've had to deal with some tough things. That's why I've done this video today, and I'm hoping that this resonates with you. Hope that if you're one of the people out there who are suffering in silence, who bottle up their emotions and deal with these things and not tell anybody, and just become overwhelmed to the point where you feel like you can't continue, this was the video for you. And I hope it's helped you. I really hope that it's inspired you to maybe do something about it, even if it's a matter of expression in regards to a tattoo, but definitely something that you do need to take on board. I really hope that it's helped you, you know, because you know, based on my friends who I've spoken to, this video will be really helpful to them. And I remember, if you are new to my channel, or if this is, you know, the first video that you see on my channel, and this really strikes home with you, I do have lots of other positivity videos. I have lots of different genres, lots of different ways to solve problems in your life, deal with problems, and overcome hurdles that you might come up against. So yeah, you know, thank you very much for watching. Leave any comments that you like down below. If you'd like any specific videos doing, or any recommendations or requests, please leave it in the comments below. I would love to get some requests off you guys. You know, thank you very much. I also want to say a huge thank you to 2 very good friends of mine, Jen and Jade, who give me some amazing little care package of presents, because you know I'm a little bit of a geek. Had some amazing things in, some things that I collect, some things that I absolutely love, and I just wanted to leave a little shout out to those guys, because they're absolutely fantastic friends. You know what, thank you very much, and thank you everybody else for watching. It's been a pleasure as always. I've been Positively Craig. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.